Democracy thrives when governance transforms lives. In Ondo State, remarkable progress has been witnessed across various sectors under different democratic administrations. And on this week's edition of the Tracker, we'll explore the initiatives of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa's administration and their impacts on the lives of people of Ondo State. I'm Joy Pius. Welcome to the program. Nigeria has the highest number of out-of-school children globally, with UNICEF reporting 18.3 million children out of school, 15% of the global total. This issue disproportionately affects children from poor and rural families, where poverty forces many into child labor due to the inability to afford school fees, uniforms, or books. This lack of education can lead to increased crime rates as children grow up without skills or economic opportunities. Lawan Israel is a 12-year-old who dropped out of school in primary 3 due to his family's financial struggles. Like many others, he's been pushed into learning trade against his wishes. While stories like Lawan's are common across Nigeria, Ondo State is making strides to change this narrative. Although statistics from the Ondo State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, in 2024 placed the number of out-of-school children at 240,000. Education stakeholders assert that the Sunshine State is making significant progress in addressing this challenge.
In Ondo State, out-of-school children is not a serious phenomenon, but we have, but not much, and we are bringing them back. I can tell you last quarter, before we close the third term of last year, of the last academic session, we recorded a very high number. And now we are registering them because we normally give report to UBEC, the number of out-of-school children that has come back to school. An out-of-school child is a child who is already in school but abandoned school for one reason or the other. Maybe he abandoned in primary 2, primary 3, primary 4, or primary 5. He didn't complete primary 6. And we want these children, we want them back in school. So that, and we are bringing them back because you will take their history when they come back. Why did you leave? All those things. We take all this inventory and we bring them back to school. All these out-of-school children must be brought back to school. Many of them left because their parents cannot afford maybe these little necessities. And where we discover some of these, for anywhere we see an out-of-school children that is willing to come back, we do a lot for such children.
Since Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa took office, his administration's Our Ease agenda has prioritized quality education at all levels, primary, secondary, and tertiary, with tangible results. The Aiyedatiwa's administration inherited challenges in the education sector, including low pupil enrollment in public schools, teacher shortages, inadequate instructional materials, poor educational standards, and infrastructural deficits.
Infrastructure in some schools. We have some schools in the rural area that still need the attention of government. But those in the urban, government have really tried touching all these.
These issues are being tackled head-on. The state has recruited new teachers and launched an aggressive rehabilitation of public primary schools to restore parental confidence in public education.
Currently, Governor Aiyedatiwa is renovating a number of schools all over the state in the 3 senatorial districts. And in some schools, new construction are coming up, buildings, as well as supply of science equipment to the school laboratories. Yes, these are parts of the things that this government is doing. So apart from renovation of schools and supply of science equipment, you know, the issue of scholarship to our students and bursary, this present government is also continuing with that policy. Yes, the governor has just approved full sum of money as scholarship and bursaries and financial assistance to our students in all tertiary institutions across Nigeria, students who are on those state indigenous. The development that is going on in the education sector is happening both in the rural and urban center. I was in a number of rural schools, a lot of renovations of their school buildings are going on. So the development is both in rural and urban centers. So no area is left out.
The environment where this education is to be given matters. We have left the days when children go to school and they are taught under the mango. We have left the stage where children are in the classroom and they are sitting on the floor. We have left past the stage where even the walls of their classroom, they are afraid that it will fall in anytime. All this government has done. Paying in private school is not easy. We are not saying you should not take your child to a private school if you can afford the money. But the essence of basic education is that every child must go to school. On no circumstance should a child be deprived of primary or basic education. That is the law. And if that is the case, parents who think they are paying in those schools or this is that they cannot afford it, we are now telling those parents, you don't have to pay anything. Your child will just come free and he will go home. All you need to do is uniform for your child. And when you have uniform for your child, and very soon again, they are now going to reactivate the afternoon meal that we give to them in basic schools. So that, and the essence of this is that when the child is well fed, is not hungry, anything you impart into that child, it will enter the brain of that child. And if this is available, must you go and suffer yourself? And education is a right. It's not a privilege. Every child is entitled to education, and it is supposed to be borne by the state. And this is what we are doing now, and that is why we are doing this enrollment drive.
The tertiary institutions are not left out. You will recall that there are some challenges about some of the universities we have. All those challenges are being looked into, and as a matter of fact, the subvention to all various tertiary institutions in those states is being looked into with a way of increasing them, so that at least after paying salary, they will have enough money to do other things within the university system in the state. So everything is being done, especially in the area of education, to elevate our system to a higher level, so that our students will be able to do well in NECO and both in white. We also record that the Ondo State government has graciously paid for all of white students in the state. This government places a lot of value on the issue of education. Like I said, at a different fora, Ondo State is the flagship of education and development in Nigeria, because the real program of Obafemi Awolowo, then the former Premier of Western Region, was the issue of free education, and that free education was an idea of an indigenous of Ondo State, the person of Mr. Awoshika then, who sold this idea. So Ondo State paid a lot of premium on education.
Ondo State is now positioned to compete with Nigeria's leading states in education.
All the schools, particularly the school heads, we have held a series of meetings with them, all the stakeholders, including PTA and the heads of school and corps and the unions in those primary and secondary schools. We told them that the little fees they were taking from these students in the past, that we will not stop them from taking them, but they must get approval. And when they came up with their request, the Ministry of Education has approved their request, and we've told them not to go beyond that level. So any school that goes beyond that ceiling will be sanctioned, and that is what happened with the two principals that were given query.
Beyond education, Governor Aiyedatiwa's administration is driving a deliberate infrastructure revival with a focus on road construction. In August 2025, the governor approved 5-kilometer road projects in each of the state's 18 local government areas to ensure balanced development. Other major projects include the 7.8-kilometer Oda Road, the Akure to Idonri Road, the Oluwatuyi-Ijoka Road, and the flyover bridge at Shagari Village.
This project is a testament to meticulous planning, dedication, and the collective resolve of our administration to deliver on the promises made to the good people of Ondo State that no single inherited project shall be abandoned.
While some projects have faced delays, the state government has reaffirmed its commitment to completing all ongoing constructions.
There are various issues that have to do with most of those roads that we are talking about. But the issues we've been looking into, and we are taking it one after the other in order to resolve it. For example, I'll give you an example about the overhead bridge that's going on around Chakari, the area in Akure here. The bridge was a special one which need to be constructed. But the contractor had this challenge in some of the materials that needed to be used. We can recall that as a result of the unification of the exchange rates, the naira seems to have been considerably depreciated. That is the reason why most of those things that the contractor wanted to use to cast the bridge were not available. But I want to report to you in this using this medium to say that most of the materials now are just being imported to the country, and the casting in that site has started quite for a few years back now. And within the next couple of days, you see the kind of tremendous transformation that will take place around that bridge. We also spoke about the Ijoka Road. Yes, in fact, this Ijoka Road was discussed at the State Executive Council meeting, at the last State Executive Council meeting. And we have decided that whatever happens, the contractors have been invited to meet with the Commissioner for Works so that they can work out the details. If there is variation, let them look at it so that this road can be completed as quickly as possible. It is not deliberate that the governor ensure did not want this project to be completed, to assume that we are working. No government or no governor, we want to keep a project on a standstill for a very long time. Well, but there are some challenges in some of these contractors that handle this project. But the State Executive Council are taking a decision on various parts of this project, and those decisions will be implemented in a couple of days and couple of weeks. You see that Ijoka Road will have been completed. Another project across the state that seems to be pending will also be completed.
The rehabilitation of roundabout in the state's capital has sparked mixed reactions. Critics call it a cosmetic and unnecessary project, while others praise the government's beautification efforts.
Yeah, as per the traffic lights, is commendable. But breaking down the roundabout, to me personally, I see it as a misplacement of priority. At this point of economy, that the hardship, that has so much hardship in the land, they also need to do things that they will cushion the immediate effect of the economic hardship on the people, rather than spending our money on an elephant project.
bó ṣe ń túṣe ó wà òkè torí à ń travel so àjẹyìn rẹ̀ ní different place láwọn ìlú tá a máa ń lọ sí. so bó ṣe ń tún ṣe ó máa jẹ́ kí ìlú tó wà develop so anybody tó bá tún wá tó tún jálejò tó bá dé báyìí ó pé díẹ̀ ibi báyìí ó tún wà beauty ju bó ṣe wà tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ so ó wà okay mo like it.
Don't forget that Ondo State will be 50 years old next year, February. It was created. So most of these things that we are seeing across the state capital, across the street of Akure now, is the master plan being reversed. The reverse master plan of Akure that we needed to do in order to bring this city into a full-blown capital that we are dreaming of. You can see the runabout now. What we are trying to do now was to remove the bottleneck to some of this runabout and put a traffic light in order to ensure a free flow of traffic. We are doing some testing on those areas now. Areas that we feel that the measure that is being taken now is not properly done, you can be rest assured that all those things will be corrected. But what we are trying to do now is to ensure that Akure is being rejuvenated in order to meet up with the new standard that the government is looking at. You will recall that when you drive around in Akure the night now, you see the street of Akure is full blown with light in the night. That is the essence of this capital.
Security is a cornerstone of the Our Ease agenda. In June 2025, Governor Aiyedatiwa distributed 50 operational vehicles to security agencies, boasting their capacity to respond to threats across the state. The state-owned security outfit, Amotekun, has also been strengthened, achieving notable success in combating crimes such as kidnapping, among others.
A government that places very huge premium on your welfare deserves nothing but the best from you. Your lives are safe and guaranteed by God Almighty and the support of the state government. And your remuneration is comparatively good with other agencies, so we don't have any choice than to continue to put our best.
There's a relative peace in Ondo State the last couple of months, and the peace is a result of the measures taken by the Ondo State government under the administration of Dr. Aiyedatiwa. For example, there are various kidnappings, armed robberies, Yahoo boys in the past in Ondo State, very rampant. But we have been able to take certain measures to ensure that there's absolute security in the state. For example, the Ondo State government has bought and deployed drones into different forests in the state. Not only that, special Amotekun squad has also been deployed into our various forests in the state in order to tame the kidnappers, especially the Fulani herders, usually come and harass our people in the state. We discovered that even when there are security breaches, the security people react promptly to tame anything that is, because we take more interest in the security, because if you want to develop this state industrially, there must be security in the state, because no investors will come to a state which is prone to insecurity. So the measures have been taken, and part of those is what I just said now, that apart from collaborating with Amotekun, the Ondo State government is also working with the various security agencies in the state, like the police, the DSS, the army, and other security agencies, in order to ensure that all the security are being put in place. Amotekun will receive even more than minimum wage in the state. I can tell you categorically in this program that Amotekun, an average Amotekun staff receives over 100,000 naira every month. And not only that, if anything happens to an Amotekun personnel or an officer in this state now, he has insurance cover to cover him. So there's no cause for alarm when they come to that. These measures were being taken because of the need for an adequate security in the state. But like I said, we'll continue to improve on it because security is not static, it's dynamic.
The welfare of workers, both active and retired, remains a priority. Governor Aiyedatiwa has ensured regular promotions, prompt salary payments, pensions and gratuities, earning him a reputation as a worker-friendly governor.
The engine room of governance, whether I like it or not, is the civil servant, because whatever plans that the governor has in place, they will be part and parcel of those people that will implement that programs. That is why the governor has taken a very deep step to ensure their welfare. You will recall that the minimum wage for the country was pegged at 70,000 naira, but the governor graciously, in his own, in order to ensure the promotion of a civil servant in the state, increased it to 72,000 naira. And so far so good. Every workers in the state used to receive their salary on the 25th of this month, every month, because the governor felt that laborers deserve their wages.
Ondo State's untapped tourism potential is also receiving attention.
Talk about that, I want to announce to you that already we have gotten investors that is going to develop the shoreline into a modern, beautiful site, because there are plans to build hotels there, there are plans to build so many things there, and as a matter of fact, there's a plan to build this airstrip in the area. But you are speaking about the issue of tourism, which is one of the key points of this administration. Let me also announce to you that a contract has been awarded for the full renovation of Idore Hills, which will also be a landmark area, especially when it comes to tourism. Maybe by the time Idore Hills is completely renovated, many people will not be climbing Idore Hills, but will be going through Idore Hills through a lift, the top and back to the ground, because you need to. That's the kind of modernization we want to give it to Idore Hills.
Youth development is another focus area. The administration has constructed and equipped a vocational training hub to empower young people with entrepreneurial skills.
Rest assured that a lot of youth will be trained here, because already we're in partnership with ITF and SMIDAN to train some youth, and some of those youth that are serious, they will definitely get some support like transport allowance, just to encourage them what they are doing. And what we are doing in here, in line with the One Youth One Skill scheme, what it definitely means is that we're going to train you based on your passion, because we have a lot of instructors here who are already on the job, doing the job. We just brought them in, and that's why we're working with the artisans and the NATA, so that they can give the necessary guide and the necessary support to the youth.
We are facing unemployment every year, and the figure continues to increase. And because of unemployment, some of these youth that could not fend for themselves and also from indigent homes, they have gone into all kinds of vices, but we have created a workshop for you here.
The National Union of Road Transport Workers (NURTW), one of the most powerful and influential unions in Nigeria, is highly essential to public transportation. The union plays a major role in improving the transport infrastructure and connectivity across communities, which is vital for national economic development. In Ondo State, the union has undergone a reformation under the direction of the chairman, Comrade Ademola Odudu, where people who possess integrity act according to good moral standards and are taking over the park across the 18 local government areas of the state.
We are not more agreeable. We are not touts. We are not criminals. We are reputable citizens of this country, and we are reputable citizens and members of NFTW, and we are good citizens of Ondo State. So therefore, lórí ní àkókò ọ̀rọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀tà máa bá yín sọ ọgbà máa sọ tó kù ní ọjọ́ state meeting. Ẹ bá gbàgbé pé sọ́ọ́rì ilé ìlú yẹ ká pọ̀ fóònù ẹ̀dá next week ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn yín àwọn kọmíṣọ́nà yín ẹ̀dá bó ti ń ṣe iṣẹ́ amàlẹ́bí kókórí bàbá ọ̀kà wọ́n ní nínú ilé ẹgbẹ́ yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lójú ti ilé ẹgbẹ́ yìí tí ẹ bá ti lójú ti ilé ẹgbẹ́ ojú náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ ti rí. Tomorrow is our first meeting. All dues that have to be taken care of. Please, all the branch chairman that is going to be inaugurated today, make sure tomorrow you come here and make sure you do the needful. Are you understanding me?
According to the NURTW in Ondo State, Comrade Ademola Odudu noted that the union members under his watch demonstrate ethical conduct and strive to do what is right. Comrade Odudu said this during the inauguration of branch chairman of Akoko Zone at the Union Secretariat, Ikere Ado Road, Akure. He urged the branch chairman to unite with union chairmen and other members of the union.
Go back to your branches, go back to your community, your working jurisdictions, make sure you embrace all the members of the union that is with you. What we are telling you, in essence, ẹ la kó àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ gbogbo papọ̀ lójú kan operation. National union yìí òun ni tiwa, a ò gbọdọ̀ jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́, lágbára Ọlọ́run kò ní bàjẹ́, lágbára Ọlọ́run kò ní dàrú. Tábàárí ọwọ́ kọ́wọ́ agbára èdèkéde ìmọ̀kímọ̀ láti dàrú ìmọ̀ náà Ọlọ́run bá wa sọ́ bí òkú. Àkókò tiwa, personally, particularly me as the state chairman of NFTW in Ondo State, mo fẹ́ kó rọ gbogbo èèyàn lọ́rùn, mo fẹ́ kára kó rọ branch, ẹ̀jẹ̀ branch ẹ̀jẹ̀ kára náà kó rọ unit yìí.